What's going on YouTube? Josh here, and we are back with an update for my pre-nursing classes. For those of you that haven't seen my other videos, I am in statistics and microbiology for the mini B summer session at Florida Southwestern State College. I'm at the Charlotte campus, which is in Punta Gorda, Florida. So it's I think it's the smallest campus. It's pretty small. But the last video I posted was last week, and I was talking about how I was getting ready for a couple of exams, one for each class. And so I got my results back, or my scores back on each of those. I scored a 94 out of 100, so 94% on the statistics exam, and I scored 100% on the microbiology exam. Now, to be fair, the microbiology exam was 50 questions multiple choice with 7 extra credit questions, and the questions or the chapters that we covered were on the microscope and introduction to microbiology. So the history of microbiology, the basics of cells like prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. So it wasn't extremely complicated. It was pretty easy. I think she posted the range of scores. I think it was 36 to 50. So nobody got over 100%. So with the extra credit, you could only be brought up to 100%, which I kind of like. Over 100%, I think, is a little excessive, but that was nice. And I think the mean score was like 46 or something, somewhere around there. So overall, the class did pretty well. 12 students. For the stats exam, I think he said 9 out of 15 students got either a B or an A. I think there was like 2 C's, 2 D's, and one F, or maybe it was 3 C's. Right, that would add up to 15. Anyway, I don't know how somebody failed that exam, to be honest. I've taken AP statistics in high school. I'm really good at math, and not trying to be braggadocious, but in school, I grew up in California, so we took but the standardization tests that everybody has to take in like elementary, middle, and high school. I always scored in the 99th percentile for those tests in math. There were a couple years where I didn't miss a single question. You know, as I've said in other videos, I've taken calculus 1, 2, and 3, gotten A pluses in all 3 of those. I've taken differential equations. I got 100% on the final exam. The only one in the class got 100% on the final exam for that class. So math has always come easy to me. So the statistics is not too difficult. So why did I only get 94 out of 100 then? Well, the way that the exam was set up is we had a paper exam with all the questions on it, and then we had an answer sheet. So I went through and I answered all the questions on the exam. We were allowed to write on it. So I circled my answers, and then I transferred my answers over to the answer sheet. And in one of the questions, I transferred incorrectly. So I ended up getting it wrong. I had marked it right on my exam, but I marked it incorrectly on the answer sheet, and he grades off the answer sheet, so I got that wrong. That's on me. That's 2 points. Another one of the questions was about a distribution, and it asked if it was a bell curve. He asked if it was uniform, symmetrical, right skewed, left skewed. I put uniform. He wanted symmetrical. I got that wrong. And then another question, he asked for the deviation of a certain sample number from the mean. I took it to mean the z-score, so when I calculated it, I took it one step further in the calculation than it needed to be, so I got the answer wrong. So I misunderstood the question, so that's why I missed those answers. But overall, still happy with it. As long as I get an A, it doesn't really matter what percentage I get. Nobody sees the percentage, they just see whether or not you get an A or a B. Yeah, so overall, pretty happy with those test scores. We are 2 weeks in now to the summer session. It's only 6 weeks long, so I only have 4 more weeks. I have 2 more exams this coming week in microbiology. One of them is over just chapters 4 and 6. The other one is our midterm lab exam, and that is, from what I understand, from what she said, that is also a written exam. So it's not like a practical exam where we have to demonstrate how to perform certain things in the lab, like an oil immersion view under the microscope. So, or how to stain, how to perform a simple stain or a gram stain, because those are the two that we've done so far, which have been a lot of fun. I really like the lab portion of microbiology. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it so far. Nothing super exciting. The classes are relatively easy. If you guys have questions about, shoot, I don't know. There's not really anything to have questions about. It's pretty straightforward. But if anybody is struggling with statistics right now and you have questions, feel free to ask. I am happy to help anybody out with math. I have a different way of viewing things, which is why maybe it clicks a little bit better for me than it does for other people. So yeah, if you have questions about that, feel free to reach out. Microbiology, I guess maybe during the regular semester it would be a much more difficult class. Maybe there'd be more material to cover. I just feel at this point in time it's not a difficult class, and maybe that's because it's summer and it's shorter, so they take out a bunch of stuff and they just give us the bare bones. I don't know, but I'm going to try and study as much as I can. The chapters, I found some really good YouTube channels that cover the same textbook that we have. They're lectures from other professors, so I'm just going to go and watch those and try and learn as much as I can. So that's it for now. If you guys have any questions or comments or criticisms, whatever, feel free to put them in the comment box down below, and I will see you guys next time.